So, this is my presentation for my objectives and assessments. Um, let's see here. Oops. Um, so for my background information, I will assess the students by asking them to complete a Google form after reading We're All Wonders by R.J. Placchio. Um, After the lesson, they will create a book in small groups to share maybe how they overcame adversity in their own lives and how maybe they can choose kind in at least two situations, maybe how someone else would feel, just practicing identifying their emotions with empathy. And they will identify the emotions of the main character or another proof character in the story. They'll have an opportunity to express themselves through creating the book in small groups. And I like how it will help create a different medium for self-expression other than maybe a worksheet or just verbally discussing what they learned. So my standards are describe how the characters in the story respond to major events and challenges, and how the learner will communicate complex ideas clearly and identify by creating or using a variety of digital objects such as visualizations, models, or simulations. Yeah. So upon completion, the learner will be able to display their understanding the perspective of a character by building a collage from digital photos and authentically representing the character's response to a major event in story. So again, like they'll create a book, use Book Creator and use Google Forms for their formative assessment. This is the link to that. So I used photos of different emotions, which is good because this is easy to, a lot of kids see these nowadays in their classrooms with the zones of regulation. So, but I also added some words, so if they want to read the options, or they can just click on which one they identify with in that situation. So, how do you feel if you made a new friend? I would say joyful, but some kids might be scared of social interaction, so they might not love that thought, and they can share that. And hopefully they feel good if they're told if it's okay to be different, but this could be a discussion starter if it's different. So it's really, there's no right or wrong answer. I just want to gauge how they feel and maybe see what I'm working with in that aspect. So, summative assessment. Now you can see almost everything. Okay. So using Book Creator, students will create a book in small groups. They'll add images. They can work together since I know it might be new to them. They can tell a story of maybe a time they overcame adversity, how they felt, how they think someone else would feel, and how they can choose kind in that situation. They might identify 5 different characteristics of the character. I'm still in the process of creating my rubric, but I think this is a good start. But of course, it will be completion grade because it's based on personal experience and accommodations. So this is also something that's kind of in the works. But with the kids with emotional impairments, they aren't always completely able to empathize. So it will be encouraged, but it will not be expected for them to fully understand what someone else is feeling or understand why they are feeling that way. So I do want them to express how they would feel in that situation, though. CI, so I was saying that they could use text to speech, or they can, let me see, just work in the small group. They can say what they're thinking, but they may not be expected to understand how to use Book Creator specifically. but they will be expected to participate. Cultural difference. So saying like African American students can use Ebonics. Personally, I think this is a good opportunity to do so since it's a form of self-expression, and that might be the culture and language that they identify with. So they'll be welcome to do that. They can share, you know, maybe how the connection between empathy and their cultural differences. You know, and they won't be expected to do this, but it will be an option if they choose to. So, thank you very much. That is my presentation.